welcome to Glitz and Glitter. Today I have a Tumbler video for you, and I just want to give credit to Sandy from Sandy's Organized Chaos. I will link her video below. She's the one that inspired me to do this cup. I'm going to do mine a little differently though. She did a tumbler that was similar to a snow cone. I wanted to do a clear one so you could see the glitter through it, but also do the snow cone lid that she did the tutorial on. So this one is going to be pretty cool. I've already drilled the hole, as you could see from prior, and I will put the video on drilling it. We used a small drill bit before we got to the large one, because the first time I did one of these, we used the large one first and it cracked. So we varied 3 different sizes to get this hole without the bottom cracking. But we're going to fill this with UV resin or whatever resin. I'm going to fill, once I'm finished filling this, I'm going to plug that with my little glue stick, which is right here. So that's how we got this size hole. So we just took the glue stick, got the right size, so I could shove that in there. Then I can resin this up to hold everything in. So I did tape the rim around this just to help hold this glitter in. And I'm just going to dump it in and just kind of work it in there, which is pretty easy to do and not spill if you tape up the sides. So we're just gonna work a little bit. This is red, white, and blue. I'm going to be doing a red, white, and blue lid for it as if it's a snow cone for the holiday. And I just thought that was the cutest idea. But I had such a hard time finding this plastic cup. Like, you could find them on the stainless steel tumblers that she did, but I wanted this water globe or snow globe effect instead of the regular tumbler. So I was looking everywhere. I did finally find this on Temu, and I bought a couple of them because I finally found what I was looking for, just in case somebody wants one after this. I'm just gonna fill it up. There's not a whole lot of this red, white, and blue glitter, so I'm not quite sure. And this is a really tall cup. I don't know exactly how many ounces this is, but it's a lot bigger than I expected it when it got here. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra glitter in here. Okay, now that the glitter is in, and just, figure out how much you want to put in there, and then, it's going to be moving. So in this bottle that I just picked up at Walmart, I have a mixture of this vegetable glycerin and water. So I did about 60% vegetable glycerin because I wanted it a little thicker than usual, 50-50. And then I did put filtered water in there and mixed it up really good. And we're just going to fill up this tumbler until there are no air bubbles. And that hole that we drilled for the size of the glue stick is the perfect size for this nozzle. The hardest part about this is getting the final bubble out. So you just get it to the top and just kind of work that final bubble out. See that bubble on the top? You want enough water in there. Fill that up completely. And then somehow, I can't remember how I did the last one. I think I taped it to shake the glitter to make sure that, actually, I'm going to grab a paper towel. And I'll hold that on there while I shake it to try to get the liquid up underneath all that glitter I just put in. So just work it like this until it's all loose and you get the final bubble out. Then I'll be right back. Okay, that took me just about 5 minutes to get it all down. So I'm just going to take this little tiny piece of glue stick. I did trim the edge off because it was almost too perfect of a fit. And I'm just going to push it down, but you want to keep it underneath this lip so it will fit underneath the resin that we're going to put in there. And then just dry this cup off before. Now you can use, if you don't have UV resin, you can just use regular resin. You'll just have to let it sit until it's cured. I'm going to use UV resin, and I'm going to mix some of that glitter in it. So it'll be glittered on the bottom and you won't see that plug. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be using my Let's Resin UV resin, and I'm just going to mix the glitter in this little cup before I add it to the bottom. I'm not quite sure how much I need. I can always add more. I think. Okay. Just get that dry. I was shaking it, that's why it's leaking. Make sure it's dry. This is about the 4th cycle of my light, which does not have a timer, so I really don't know how long I'm doing it. But I think this 4th one will be the final one. It was just a little bit smushy in the center, barely. And then once you're done curing it, if you don't want any decals on it, you can just move on to the lid. I'm going to go ahead and put some decals on it and then resin over that. Just because I like to put decals on most of my tumblers. All right, guys, it's solid and it looks great. I love the little star glitters in there with the red, the white, and the blue. I think it looks adorable just like this. But like I said, I'm going to wash it because I could feel the glycerin that spilled over on the cup. So I want a clean cup before I put the decals on. and then we will go ahead and move on. All right, I've cut out with my Cricut this God Bless America sticker. And I did slit, as you can see, the words apart because this is not a straight tumbler. And I always get nervous when I do this on camera because I don't want to mess it up. The idea is to do one word at a time. That's why I split them in half. So let's see if I can get this correct. I did it, guys. I didn't embarrass myself. So just get this off, and then we're going to get a coat of resin over this. 1 or 2 coats, whatever covers it. And then we will work on the fun part, which is going to be the lid. Which I hope I don't mess that up either because I've never done that before. I just watched her do it. I see I have a star on my finger and I don't remember where it was. So we're just going to put it anywhere. There we go. How's that? Okay, now the fun part, guys. This is the lid to the tumbler. I taped it up and I just spray painted it white. And we're going to be using these 3 colors, red, white, and blue alcohol inks. And I'm going to mix it with these little teeny tiny baby ice cubes that I got off Amazon. And they similar to what a snow cone looks like, the little ice crystals. So we're going to mix these also with some alcohol ink, and then we're going to UV resin it onto the tumbler. So my first step is to get some ink on this tumbler lid. I'm just going to squirt some in here just for ease. And get some color up underneath because I don't think that those ice cubes are going to color that well. So I do want color to show through. So I'm just going to get some of the color I'm going to be using onto this cup. And then I'm gonna get a different brush. Hang on one sec. All right, I don't want to squirt it in there just because that used a lot more than I wasted a lot more than I thought. So now I'm just going to paint this side with the blue, and I'm going to leave the white in the center as if this was like syrup in the snow cone. So let's just do this. All right, easy enough. Okay, so I have my UV resin. I'm going to be using this alcohol ink anyway in these little cups, and we're going to just put I don't know how much it's going to take for each color. I'm just going to squirt the resin in. Actually, mine's getting low in this one. Have your light available. I'm going to see if these little tiny spoons work. So I just want to tint them the color that it's going over. And I think we'll just do a little bit at a time, and I'll probably hold it as the light cures it. I don't know how well this actually will stick to this lid. I hope it's good, but I'm probably going to go over it with regular resin anyway, just because I'm not 100% confident. So just do this in sections until you have it all completed. I'll show you a couple sections, but then, you know, I'm not going to bore you with the details. Put on as much as you can without, you don't want to do this too long, you know. Cures it. I don't know how well this actually will stick to this lid. I hope it's good, but I'm probably going to go over it with regular resin anyway, just because I'm not 100% confident. So just do this in sections until you have it all completed. I'll show you a couple sections, but then, you know, I'm not going to bore you with the details. Put on as much as you can without, you don't want to do this too long, you know. Okay, guys, that took about 20 minutes. I got all the colors on, and they are all, I did a lot of sets of that UV light because it was covering other parts as I was doing each section. So this thing is solid as a rock. But I'm going to anyhow put this resin over it, which is a quick setting resin by Counterculture DIY. I use it for my tumblers because it sets in just a couple hours and you can touch it. So I don't want to be patient today, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to wipe it all over. This glove doesn't fit me very well, but I'm going to try. This came with some resin, so I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to use my finger and just kind of rub this in. Just because I don't know how well the UV resin is going to hold up. And I don't want this to be like falling off in chunks someday. And I am going to go around this edge. I still have it taped up, but I do want it to hit that plastic underneath. So I hope you like this cool idea. I will link everything in the description below if you want to try it. And yeah, thanks for coming in today, guys. I do appreciate every time you're viewing. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. You guys are so awesome. And I will get you some final photos just like I normally do. So stick around for that. I'm just about there. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.